didn't portray the only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is your pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. Now I'll blow your up, then I again. Gone, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Falcons, all that and more, coming up next.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it wasn't too long ago that the Atlanta Falcons were in the Super Bowl, and that's one that Falcon fans want to forget, 2017 Super Bowl 51. But now they're back in the big game for the third time in franchise history.
And there's no way we can get to this game without remembering a few of those details of that last Super Bowl appearance. They were up 28-3, ended up losing in overtime to New England. Give them a ton of credit for putting that game behind them, getting back to the Super Bowl so soon. That shows a lot of character for this franchise.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the rookie third-rounder who's from Louisville and then played his college ball up the road on I-71 at Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
Atlanta loved this young man in the draft, and they wanted to slow play him, but he didn't allow it as a rookie. He's been able to thrive as a pro and is on the verge of accomplishing some major history in this game. First, he would lead the Falcons to their first Super Bowl win in team history. And second, he'd become the first rookie quarterback to ever win it all.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge lift for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win. They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Now for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. It's a close game here early on. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Starting the drive with Algier. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Algier with another carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Algier. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On the give, it's Algier. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
61 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. KC's offense ready to take over. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Tyler Algier and the rest of this offense making their return to the field. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to try and go deep again, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They gave it a shot with the deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And this will be a, shall we say, a rather optimistic try here. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the 2nd half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the 2nd half to come. Both teams with some extra time to prepare during this long halftime break, but we're about ready to restart the second half of Super Bowl 57. So let's get back out to Arizona and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That's the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's got him in. Complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Falcons will extend their third quarter lead here in the Super Bowl.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Coup now for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Falcons are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And boy, it was pretty.
Coup for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. It fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Lorenzo Carter able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Eluded, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi Trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
He's got his tight end pitch complete.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Kyle Pitts
With a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight.
And the Falcons are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Coup able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Algier with it.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
77 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So 1st down, and they'll stick with Algier. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Algier.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there, a Falcon 1st down.
On the ground, it's Algier.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. They run with Algier.
Room here to run. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown.
return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect mine.